Okay, we're back looking at the Sem1 review. This problem's 51 to 53 this time around. Now, what we're supposed to do in this first one, number 51, is to simplify and then decide whether our answer is linear or quadratic. Our first part here, we're going to use FOIL. So we have y equals 8x squared on the first times first, and then we have minus 20 or plus 20x on that outside pair. Minus 6x goes here, and last times last is minus 15. We'll distribute this negative sign down, so you get minus 6x minus 3. And you have to be careful when you're doing this step. Sometimes you have a double negative going on. You're subtracting something inside that's negative, but not on this problem. So what you notice here is that the quadratic term cancels out. That means we're not going to get a quadratic function. This is probably going to be linear. We'll find out. If you end up with just an x and a constant term, then you're going to get something linear. Okay, collecting the linear parts, you get 8x. And the two constants sum to negative 18. So this is linear. If that x squared term were present at this stage, we would say it was quadratic. But that one dropped out of the game, okay? So what makes this linear is that the highest exponent is a first power. It's actually not even written. You have to visualize it there. If that had disappeared and we were left with just a number, then we wouldn't have quadratic or linear. We would have just a constant function. Okay, on this one we're supposed to find the vertex. H comes with a little formula. Sorry, let me switch to blue ink here. It's the opposite of b over twice the a value. So the opposite of 6 is negative 6. And then 2 times that a value, which is negative 2. So you get negative 6 over negative 4, which is positive 3/2. We're halfway there. Now we have to find k. And you get k by plugging in that 3/2 value that you just found. Okay, now at this stage I'm going to grab my calculator and type this all in here. 3/2 times 3/2 would be where you would start. You do squaring before multiplying. And let's see, we get negative 18 over 4. Plus 18 over 2. And to get a common denominator, I'm going to double that. And finally, minus 10 over 2. 10, actually go with 20 over 4. That's the 5. But now you can see I've got common denominators. So what I have here is negative 2 over 4 is what that all comes out to be. And you can just use your calculator if this is difficult for you. Let me double check that. 18, yeah, negative 2 over 4, which is negative 1/2. So anyway, your vertex is 3/2, negative 1/2. And that's your answer for that problem. Okay, what you're supposed to do in this next one is find the vertex also, but it's more convenient because the vertex is basically there for the picking. This is vertex form, and what we have here is the opposite of h, and down here k. So all I have to do here is say the vertex is at the opposite of that 6, and then the k value you just use straight off the bat there. You don't have to change anything. Now the axis of symmetry will always hinge on this h value, and it's easy to forget this, but it's a vertical line, so you must have x equals, and then you just copy that h value. And that takes us through problem 53.